Dan, put that fucking apple back on your head, dude.
No.
Come on.
Not happening.
He put the apple on his head twice, and you have done it once. All right? It's fair.
Oh, how many times have you done it?
He's on blood thinners.
I was trying to fucking stand up for you and what's just and fair, okay?
No, you're trying to get...
I did it once, and you shot me in the dick, so I'm not doing it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but now the hand shotgun is calibrated, dude. It's not a big deal.
It's a shotgun.
It's not a shotgun, Kron. Mine is a shotgun. I am the only one with forearms big enough to justify a shotgun gauge, okay?
Mine's a BB gun.
That's a pea shooter. Mine's a
BB gun.
I don't like this attitude, dude.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, all right?
Well, fuck,
some men are born different.
Up.
And some men are made better. You understand?
What, because you got...
Put an apple on your fucking head so I can show you what a fucking shotgun arm looks like.
Kron, when you went up to the roof earlier to, do the spray paint thing, how many dead pigeons did you see?
Wait. Is doing the spray paint thing a jerk off? Because, I mean...
No, he's actually... Look at his mustache.
I understand.
It's both. It's both. I'm doing both up there.
Historically, you're a fucking paint addict, but I just thought about that. Somebody saying, like, they did the spray paint thing. It could be a jerk-off thing.
I'm shaking the can.
I was cool with you getting high up there. I wasn't cool with you jerking off.
You beat off first and then get high, or you get high and then beat off?
Two hands, buddy.
Okay.
Shit. Anyway, dead pigeons, how many?
None. Or none.
Yeah, I missed them all, man. This BB gun sucks.
I shot 16 pigeons from my fucking desk. Okay? Spread on this thing.
Because you got that bird shot on there, baby.
Yeah. I feel like fucking Iron Man, too.
Like Iron Man 2?
Yeah. Remember in Iron Man 2 when him and War Machine went back to back? It was fucking cool, man. I stood up. I fucking cheered, dude. Back when fucking movies used to be good.
I am Iron Man.
Did you buy that AC/DC soundtrack, though?
Oh, they did do music for Iron Man. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. Let's put that on.
No.
Stop, dude. We got fucking guns in our hands now.
Speaking of put the apple on your head.
Stop messing with the 8 tracks and put that apple on your head, dude.
Not doing it.
This sucks, man. We got fucking shotgun arms. Nobody to fucking shoot. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Well, Jerry got a new drone. Did you guys see that shit?
Honestly, this feels about the same as having our real guns. I'm gonna say it.
Who shot the drone?
Yeah. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm gonna admit that too.
I haven't seen
this. Hurts. This hurts.
Who shot the drone? Oh,
yeah,
welcome to Dallas.
What the fuck are you? Are you high?
It's Who Shot JR. It's like their most famous episode.
Of what?
Of
what are you talking about?
Of Dallas.
The city?
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying it's a play on Who Shot JR.
Yeah. Who shot the drone?
I thought it was like a political thing when you said like who shot the drone, and you were saying JFK was a drone.
Well, that's
like,
probably true.
He was some establishment drone, you know.
Kron, you idiot. The show was called Who Shot JR.
If I had been there for that fucking day, I've been fucking protecting that grassy knoll like Iron Man.
You would have been on the grassy knoll?
You know it was one of the security guys that shot Kennedy, right?
Did his fucking forearm shotgun go off?
No, it was a real regular rifle.
Are you breaking the cold open to like make sure that we're historically accurate right now?
No, that's my thought. I could take your eye out with this BB gun.
Well, if you're not going to put the fucking apple on your head, I guess we should fucking watch a movie. All right?
Too dangerous.
Yeah. How are we going to... Here's an honest question. How are we going to put the DVD in? Because the last time I fucking tried to put a DVD in, I shot it. So...
Blow it up.
Yeah.
I think I could toss it in from the back of the store.
Okay. You do that. Dan, go get Kron another fucking can of spray paint. He's earned it. Man. And this week on 5 Day Rentals, it's Upgrade. Welcome. You're listening to 5 Day Rentals, the video store podcast, where each week one of us takes a crack at picking a flick that we think meets a fun, non-genre specific category. And our current category, oh man, a love letter to one of our favorite guests, Nate Hands or Feet. We're talking about the human body and the infinite damage, manipulation, betterment, perfection, adjustment, tweak,
upgrade.
Thank you, Dan. My name is Bones. I'll be taking you through this pick. Joined as always every week, Laundry Dan, Kron Howard. How are you, dudes?
Howdy.
Hey.
Kron, this was your category. You kicked us off last week with Vibrations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very confusing film to start the category off with.
But it set a tone. And that tone was definitely helped by our guest last week, George from the Best Little Whorehouse in Philly. So if you're listening to this.
He was beautiful to come by. Give us so much of his East Coast time.
It's a different type of time. That's right, Kron. It's like it's more valuable, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything moves quicker faster up there.
Yeah. Makes them fast. We're just
gotta be
just three slow Midwest dudes. You know? Every once in a while you'll turn on this fucking show and it's nothing but pauses. Worse than that. Guys, had you seen Upgrade before?
Yeah, I had seen it. It had been a real long time. I mean, I think I saw this pretty close to when, this was out on DVD, maybe. So,
right on.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. This was a movie pass for me.
Ooh.
This was one that I went and saw in the 6-month period that I had movie pass. And I got to tell you, this is the type of movie I wish they would make more often. The bummer being, not a lot of people go see these types of movies, right? I mean, I can sit here and bitch and say, please make more of this budget level sort of action movie, but it seems at this point, if it doesn't, okay, listen, Blumhouse, Megan, they got enough money. Give me an Upgrade 2 now. Okay.
I feel like they know going in, like they got money in the bag,
Well, they do have money in the bag with this one.
Yeah, but I feel like they know ahead of time. Like they've got some, marketing genius over there that's like crazy doll movie. The people are ready now.
Well, I mean, Lee Winnell goes on to do Invisible Man, which makes a shit ton of money.
Oh, he's writing Saws before this.
That's right.
And Insidious, I believe.
Probably, aren't they all? Is he a James Wan buddy?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
In fact, there's a James Wan Easter egg in this film.
Yeah, a little name on a call box.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who put this out?
Blumhouse.
This was Blumhouse?
Blum. Is it Blum or Bloom?
I, for some reason, thought it was a Universal, distribution after a Blumhouse, but the title card's on Peacock. There's 15 different production houses that had something to do with this, so.
It's kind of got almost like a, I don't know, Blumhouse maybe, but kind of independent, but not, feels like there was not a ton of oversight, but somebody was probably kind of peeking over the shoulder on this thing.
You get that sense?
I mean, it feels like it wasn't, it's definitely not like a big studio feel, because there's a bit more going on with it, but it doesn't feel to me like it's completely just, hey, I scrapped together $1 million and made a movie, you know?
Yeah. It's definitely not a studio ending.
Yeah.
But to me, we talk about this a lot. Am I seeing it on screen? And I feel like this movie stretches as much as it can out of stuff. It's not a ton of locations. There's not a ton of visual effects. You know, it's just smart movement, placement. Not a ton of action scenes, but the action scenes that you do get, I feel like, are pretty dense. You know, it could just be a little 90-second hand-to-hand, but I feel like it sticks with you. So
there's one fight in this that really sticks with me.
Good camera movement. I mean, they knew what they were doing here, I think.
Did you guys just watch this the once this week?
Did it twice.
Right on.
I only did once.
Is the lock on the camera, is that hinted earlier on with STEM? Like, is that what they're going for? Is like when that camera locks on, that's the way of saying like STEM is sort of center?
I guess I noticed more like how he moves his body. Like that's when I could kind of tell like how in control STEM was.
Yeah. I mean, the first one, sorry, we're going to jump ahead. We're going to jump to the first fight, okay? When he stands up, when he gives STEM control and that camera sort of racks, you know, with that turn and stands up with him, I feel like the point of that is to say, like, STEM is in control. He is the center of all of this. But there is a hint when he first gets to his house and he gets up out of the chair and he starts to walk, the camera sort of locks in on the spine there. And it's almost that reverse. Richie does this a lot, or he did, like Rock and Rolla and Sherlock Holmes. He would do those sort of like, you know, character rigged sort of movements. Sort of stood out to me this time, like, oh, okay. So, subtle hint of what's to come. And then also a very interesting bookend that I would like to talk about once we get there. Man, I'm gonna show my hand. This is a good movie. Like, this isn't
Vibrations.
Not to say Vibrations wasn't good, but
Kron, Vibrations 5 stars.
He's fuming at us right now. He's just locked in.
I'm not mad.
He's loading that little pea shooter.
I gave Vibrations a 2.5. I mean, I know where that thing deserves to be.
That's a solid score for Kron and Dan. That's a low bone score.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave it a 2.5, yeah.
All right. Dan, what are we watching next week?
We'll find out.
Shit.
A movie?
I thought I'd get him. Do you want to announce up front, Kron, that the podcast will finally heal?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
As Greg in the Discord pointed out.
Being recorded live by the 5DR crew will be Big Trouble in Little China, as voted on and approved by our loyal fan base.
Hey, Penny Smasher, we're gonna have a conversation.
Both Dan and Bones famously tried to bar this movie from ever being presented on the podcast.
That's not true at all.
Bullshit.
But the people spoke. The people spoke. They said, "Fuck those two. We want to hear Big Trouble in Little China. We like the movie."
Should you tell them that Fanatic actually won?
No.
Bones.
Fanatic?
Here's the deal.
Bones sent us the votes.
Big Trouble was always going to win.
And no matter what.
Yeah. As much as I got nervous when Rain of Fire sort of shot up a little bit because I was like, fuck, I actually didn't want to do notes on this. Like, I want it to be Big Trouble. Like, this is the way to get Kron happy. So, I did not vote. If it came down to it, I was going to vote for Big Trouble. And if I had to do a little bit of collusion, I would have made some calls. I would have pulled a fucking Obama. Been calling people day before.
I mean, it is just crazy that you guys both hate this movie so much, and we'll be talking about it.
I can't wait to shit on it in person and beat you up.
Dan's choking. He's so angry.
So, listeners, if this episode seems off, I think we're all a little nervous. We've got some Midwestern storms coming. Dan has been coughing since we sat down to record. So, periodically, if he disappears, it's not because anything nefarious. He's just...
I'm turning off my mic, so...
It's much appreciated. And Kron just absolutely fuming. I don't know why. I don't know what he's mad about. He won. Big Trouble.
Big Trouble.
We're going to watch
Congrats, Kron.
We're going to cover it.
I just think it deserves a victory lap. I think you guys deserve to eat your own words. You know, I think you... the day of reckoning is coming. You know, you're going to have to answer for prohibiting this movie from ever being on the podcast.
I think what it also confirms, Dan, is what we already knew.
Yeah.
Kron is everyone's favorite. He's the fan favorite.
The lovable bad boy of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to keep up this shtick the whole time?
It's the lack of effort that people read up. They're like, man, he doesn't even have to try.
Mm-hmm. Effortless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to keep this up the whole time, Dan.
Great.
Fucking pray to whatever God you have, dude, because you're going to have to answer for your sins.
Can't wait.
All right, we ready to
April.
We ready to get into 2018's upgrade?
Let's do it.
All right. This is directed and written by Lee Winnell. Like we said before, it's a Blumhouse with 15 other production companies. Cool opening here. When you come out of those title cards, those production title cards, you get this sort of AI voice talking about, you know, who presents a blah, blah, blah picture upgrade. You don't actually see it. It just sort of...
It's cool.
Sets the tone.
Mm-hmm.
We open up in a garage. We got a record player, piston heads, actual photographs.
I think it's Howlin' Wolf playing on that record.
That's sir. And this is just telling us right out the gate, we are in the garage of an analog man. Okay?
Yeah. Well, no calendar with topless girls.
You didn't see the whole garage.
I don't think Asha goes for that shit.
How often does she even go into the garage, though?
Excellent point.
She's driving a computer car.
Mm-hmm. Looks like a little man cave to me. I mean,
slamming Budweisers.
Maybe he's got one of those pins where when you turn it upside down, all the clothes go away.
Like an Extreme Prejudice.
Mm-hmm. That's what he has all the people sign their invoices and shit with.
Mm-hmm.
He's working on a Firebird. Busts a knuckle while trying to tighten down a screw. Looks like he's putting in like a Garver intake, possibly like a Simmons post cam. I don't know.
Where'd you find that info? What?
I'm a fucking gearhead, dude.
You look at his fucking computer history. It's just like cool car part names.
What part is it that the fan thing is in front of?
80% of that is made up. All right. He busts his knuckle. He does or more of his finger, I guess. He does the instinctual little blood suck. Tops her off a little.
That's how you know he's a real car man.
Mm-hmm.
That he fucked his knuckle up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you meant when he drank his blood, and I thought you had car guys confused with vampires for a minute.
Nah, not this week.
You mean
That was a
Dragula?
weird week.
Yeah, Dragula is the perfect fucking Venn diagram of what Dan believes mechanics are.
Missed opportunity upgrade.
He hops in, starts his baby up. I love you. Grabs a celebratory beer. This is our hero, Gray. He finishes just in time to step outside, where his wife, Asha, is arriving in her self-driving car. Typical wife behavior, she steals the beer and walks off.
Does your wife steal your beer?
Oh, man. I never get as much food or beverage as I intend. I don't know about you guys.
My wife hates IPAs, so I got no worries about getting my beer taken.
Sam did. She did not have a taste for IPAs, but because that's all I was ever buying, it was exactly like what that she just started to drink them, and now it's, yeah.
She'd get all my beers, and I'm like, I'll fucking get IPAs, dude. And then she'd run out and start drinking the IPAs, and she's like, oh, these are delicious. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, to answer your question, if I am walking around the house with a beer and I come up to her, she will grab the beer and just it's a what's mine is ours situation.
Karan, when you go to the beer store, are you not buying her beer as well?
No, I mean,
I buy mine and I'm like, all right, she'll drink those.
No, she usually will just get her own wine. She's not a real big beer fan in general, so.
Yeah. Sam is getting back to the wine, which is nice because she'll say are you going to drink any? And if I say no, that means she's going to open up a white wine, which I'll never touch. I may have half a glass per bottle of red wine or something, but
I'll do red.
Not allowed to drink wine.
Why? You getting all nasty?
Karan or?
I thought you said you're not allowed to drink.
No, she's not allowed to drink wine.
You need to talk about it.
She's a mean one.
Oh, bro, I'll go wino mode.
I get fucked up on wine, dude.
Yeah, I lose all the feeling in my hands, and then I
don't drink it that often because I'll get fucking tore up. I'll stand up and be like, God damn.
I crash at Gen Xers' houses, and it's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Last time I went full wino, I went on fucking an EDM tour.
Did you lose your hands?
No, I just sat on them for so long.
Did you jerk off?
Why not?
Why do you think they have that big DJ table?
I need both hands. All right, we see inside of Asha and Gray's house. Pretty cool modern interior. The automated voice of Kara, the house computer. She puts on some music, orders some eggs. Asha's kind of throwing shade at Gray just sitting at home all day fixing cars. Asks if he wants to print a pizza.
What the fuck, dude?
What?
What the fuck is even happening in this movie? I was so alarmed.
That's the future, Kron.
Yeah, man.
If that's the future, my future's a fucking 45, dude.
When
implanted in your hand,
I have to assume that print the pizza means that the robot arms, right, knead the dough, squirt a little marinara on there.
Now, you're home alone with these robot hands.
Fuck no. We learned from Vibrations. No? You don't let robot hands jerk you off. He told us in the first 20 minutes. Dangerous.
There's some dudes out there that are like,
Yeah, why not? There's a lot of dudes out there that do a lot of shit, and jerking off with robot hands is probably super, super low.
She wouldn't overdose them, so she'd be like, no, I'm not jerking you off either.
That's an excellent point, Dan. There's probably safety measures coded into the computer to keep it from ripping a dick off.
I bet these robots would.
Remove the input guards.
I bet the robots in this movie would. They seem like they're set up to fully serve people. I don't know why they wouldn't be programmed to.
Yeah. And this is coming from Dan, who 10 years ago during our first podcast argued that a dick sink was a great idea. Mm-hmm. So, deep cut there, buddy.
Best pool of the night.
What am I, a jerk-off robot? All right, so Gray needs Asha to follow him so he can drop off the Firebird at his client's house. He's afraid to take the self-driving car because he's afraid if he pushes the wrong button, he'll end up 45 minutes out of the way. Remember, he's an analog man.
What kind of... Do they ever show like a year that this is supposed to take place in?
Just says the near future.
Near future.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, it's close enough that we have autonomous vehicles, but not fully. Like there's still seems like
there's a Mazda on the highway, so yeah.
Yeah, and like a really...
You don't think Mazda's going to be around in a few years?
It was a regular like Mazda 3. Gas powered, baby.
Zoom, baby.
That is a thing that because doesn't the cop in this movie drive like a gas powered car?
Mm-hmm. She does not have an electric vehicle.
Well, she tries to like play up that she's an analog lady, you know. Anyway, they arrive at the client's house. It's this beautiful oceanfront house. It's got this cool entrance under this rock arch. They go down. It's this underground house. Beautiful dwarf maples. Did you notice those in that hallway? I love
how
some
the
of those.
fuck are these growing?
Artificial UV light or something.
Do you guys feel like they really wanted Tom Hardy for this?
It would have upped it, I think, a little bit.
Whatever guy they got looks just like him, so...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like...
He's no Tom Hardy. I mean, he's good, but he's no Tom Hardy here.
Oh.
All right, we meet Aaron, the client. He's playing around with his literal cloud.
How's that spelled?
Aaron, E-R-O-N.
Eron.
Would you put it in as your notes? A-A-R-O-N?
No, I put it in as E-R-O-N. Is it supposed to be Eron?
No, it's Aaron.
It's Aaron.
Okay, you had me so fucking confused. I was like, I even had closed captions under my notes, yeah.
I just would have been
It's far enough in the future.
It's regular Aaron.
Yeah.
Well, he also is like a rich, little shit, so...
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's like a Elon dig?
And I think they wanted Jared Leto as well.
But he wanted to be blind and have a samurai sword for some reason.
That was Blade Runner 2048, right?
49.
The sequel to 2048?
You get more Batista in that one, though. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, Gray introduces his wife, Asha. Aaron's he's a little off. He's a computer dweeb. He ain't got any human skills. Asha recognizes him. She's like, holy shit, you run Vessel Computers. I'm in the business. I work for Cobalt. We're nothing like Vessel yet, but we're getting there. No, you're not. I'll show you why. We see STEM, little roach-looking ship. He says it can do anything, talk to anything, calculate anything. Ash is impressed, but Gray, he's a skeptic. Remember, analog man. You look at that thing and see the
smashes
future.
It with his fist. He's like, got that cockroach for you.
You look at that thing and see the future. I see 10 guys on an unemployment line.
Who? Seems like this is the only, real mechanic left. I mean, I don't know.
You gotta, yeah.
He was selling a car to him? Is that...
It seems like this guy's whole business is he finds cool cars, he has the knowledge to fix them up, and then the only people that are going to buy something like that anymore are the uber wealthy.
Yeah. Because the cop hints at it later about one of the little guys. Would you sell this to one of the little guys? So it's an antique by this point, right? I mean, those cars are literally antiques because I think once a car is 25 years old, you can license it as an antique. But anyway, we're in the self-driving car. Ash and Gray going home. A little hand-holding turns into some backseat bone zoning. Car warns them.
Would you guys be boning in a self-driving car?
Maybe not the first few rides. I think once you got more comfortable with it.
You knew you were going to arrive safely?
I'm still super alert when I'm boning. Like,
I've boned in a normal driving car, so why not?
While it was going down the road?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Were you're just jerking off, right?
No, I was driving. I was driving and pumping.
What'd you do? Put a brick on the gas pedal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or were you going like accelerating, like quick little bursts of gas as you were pushing the thrust?
Yeah, the guy behind me got real mad.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Because we'd get up to 70 and then down to 40.
You should have just put it in fucking cruise control, but...
Yeah, that would have been smart.
Dan, you asked the question. Oh, he's coughing right now. We're just going to move on. All right. The car advises them to put their seatbelts on, and the car says it's leaving the freeway. Starts taking them towards New Crown, a real shithole. Gray recognizes this. This is his old neighborhood.
Sorry to all the people that live in New Crown, I guess.
Yeah. Apologies.
He's like, what the hell? Starts questioning why the car's doing this. Ash is like, maybe it's diverting traffic. He's like, fuck that. This is the wrong way. This isn't even towards our house. Car says that there's an error. It doesn't respond to any commands to stop. Asha tries to stop. She's like, push the brake pedal twice. All this. Nothing. Car starts to speed up. Gray just manages to get Asha belted down as the car hits a piece of scrap metal and crashes. Now we're waterside. We're on like a dock industrial area. Looks like it's like a homeless camp.
Jade.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, down by the pier.
And none of these
What a great scene.
unhoused say anything either. Dude, we're not talking.
They got their own
cops.
fucking problems, dude.
You don't fucking talk, dude. I mean,
Don't talk to the cops, dude.
That's just more problems. I mean,
Car's flipped upside down. Ash is locked into her seatbelt. Gray's kind of knocked out. Car full of goons shows up. They cut Ash out of the restraint. They drag them both out of the car. We start to see law enforcement drones, almost a dozen of them, start to show up to the crash scene.
God, you know that shit's coming.
Oh, hell yeah.
I bet we're already there.
I mean,
you're telling me like NYPD doesn't have fucking drones that they use?
I don't think to this extent.
But I don't think we're that far off of it. Hell no. I mean, London has fucking CCTV everywhere. So
I think Missouri was like, you can't do ticketed traffic lights, right? Or was it some cities? That were
I don't know. I don't fucking pay them. I don't fucking pay them. I blow through every goddamn red light. I
got a
smile,
fucking
too.
picture
I flip
of
it
me.
off. I smile. Take a picture of my
You got
fucking
a picture
face.
for me. I ain't paying for that shit.
Send me a fucking envelope. Fucking recycle that shit. All right, the main goon that starts fucking with Asha, he takes his mask
off. What
off.
a tough-ass way to promote recycling.
Actually, I compost it. I just take out the little plastic window sleeve on the envelope, and everything else gets ripped up and composted.
All right, you lost this hipster.
Trying to do my part, man. Sorry.
Tell that story where you ran over that sign.
I don't know what you're talking about. See my air quotes. All right. Main goon takes his mask off. Everybody else starts yelling at him, put your fucking mask back on. He starts threatening Asha. He's like, you think you're better than me, blah, blah, blah. Gray's trying to fight these goons off, but he's kind of double teamed. And this dude just shoots Asha point blank. She falls to the ground. Gray tries to fight back. This main goon that shoots Asha, he comes up, kneels on Gray, and shoots him with something right in his spine. These goons bolt. Gray can't move. He's trying to comfort her as much as he can. He can't get to her. She takes her last breaths. We got Gray in an ICU. He's tubed, immobilized. We got a montage of various caregivers, his mother coming and going. 3 months later. Gray is now bearded appropriately to, help enforce that 3 months have passed.
Something that guy in Vibrations could never quite figure out how to do.
You throw a razor in his pocket, you write a single line of dialogue, you call it good.
He had no hands and shaved every day, I guess. It's incredible.
Maybe he just didn't grow hair.
Yeah, but they show that he has a razor.
Yeah.
Like, it's in the movie, it's like, he shaves daily. He's covered in soot and shit, but he shaves every morning.
He's got a good grip.
He's like fucking Mac from Predator. He's at home. He's got a new electric wheelchair. He's there with a caregiver and his mother. They're showing off a newly installed automated feature in one of the robots that help make life easy. Caregiver's like, all you got to do is say a protein shake.
He's just running on 5G.
5G.
Or are we past that?
Dude, we're at fucking 12G at this point.
All right.
Gray just sulks. He doesn't want a fucking protein shake. We see a little bit more of Gray's mother taking care of him.
Wouldn't you got this
trim,
much money? Wouldn't
bath.
you order? Wouldn't you get like a pretty sexy like maid to help you out?
I mean, he's kind of depressed, man. I mean, his mom might be the only person in his life. He's probably living off an insurance.
Yeah, but when
settlement
it came
by this
to,
point,
when it came to giving me a bath, I'm like, nah, ma.
Aren't you like no feeling from like the neck down at that point? I mean,
yeah, sexy nurse is just
Kron.
It might just be
You
a
still
tease,
got a mind.
yeah,
but we're talking 3 months, Dan. Sexy nurse might be 3 years later.
I don't like a 60-year-old. She's been
That's first thing I'm doing.
She's been nursing her whole life. Like, give me that lady instead.
Waiting for Dan to go on about the brain is the biggest erogenous zone, Kron.
I mean, it's all in the brain, guys. It's the biggest neurogenous piece of equipment that you have.
It's crazy. Of all the things in my body that neurogenous, that my brain is most neurogenous.
Yeah. Science, baby. I mean...
Controls all my nerges. They control everything else, so... Gray breaks down a little bit. Mother does what she can to comfort him. We're at the police department. We meet Detective Cortez. She's from the old neighborhood, too. She's trying to connect with Gray. She's like, you know what? I'm out on the streets. I knock on doors. I don't use all these computers and shit. Okay? I like to get my hands dirty. Gray's question is like...
Maybe the cop that has access to fucking drone computers and recordings all over town, maybe I want them using the technology to figure out...
Which is immediately what Gray says. He's like, you mean to tell me like all the shit that you have up flying and recording every day isn't helpful? Like, what's the point? He's pretty combative with her. She kind of responds with like, yeah, they probably use some sort of program to block their faces from being read. Like, no real answer. That night.
Convenient for the movie.
Oh, technology, they'll use it.
Oh, this movie uses it. They're doing what they can. I mean, that face hiding technology, that's their vibrations razor. That's the one line that sort of answers that. That solves it. Move on. That night, Gray's at home. He's ordering his robot to administer PM medication, and he tries to OD. He says, error, administer again. Error, administer again. He gets 4 or 5 doses, and then finally the computer's like, nope, something's wrong. Can't give you any more. He passes out.
Made me wish I could get a little bit of that PM medicine, huh?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, 4 doses knock you out, so maybe 3 doses. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Flying high again.
He wakes back up in the hospital.
Butterfly in the sky.
I can get twice as high.
Is that a challenge?
Mm-hmm.
Take a look while I cook. Reading Rainbow.
Meth.
Can make you do anything.
Put on a roof.
Run really fast.
All right. Aaron creeps in wearing a mask. Not going to give you bird flu, kid. Well, that aged well, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, after being a weirdo for a little bit more, he offers something to Gray. Something that might help him walk again, live again. STEM. It'd just have to be a secret for now. Gray refuses the call at first. I'm not looking to restart my life, kid. I'm looking for the off switch. And
you guys taking this deal?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, I mean, I'm biting my tongue off first.
No, you still have hands.
No.
But I can't use them.
Yeah.
You still got them.
I'm going to try to do $1 million baby.
Diablo spoiler alert, y'all.
She doesn't do it. She tries.
Is that a movie that you'll ever watch again?
Yeah. I like $1 Million Baby.
I've never watched it ever since.
I've seen it probably 4 times.
Okay.
I've only
Really?
seen it. Yeah. I've only seen it the once, but I got teared up during it.
Oh,
Fucking sad movie, dude.
me, Steve, and Danny Duck just fucking bawling in that theater.
Yeah.
Now, Steve might say, "Now, fuck that, dude." But
I don't cry.
yeah,
No, never watched it.
we were crying.
Spilled a Sprite on my face, dude. It's not the same.
I'm never watching $1 Million Baby again, unless you guys assign it to like saddest movie category.
Nah.
Yeah, that'd be
There's a few
one.
too many. I mean, not to say that we don't do problematic stuff on this show, but there's a few things in $1 Million Baby that at the time were wildly inappropriate. All right. Aaron hits him with the typical, "Hey, what would she want?" Cut to the operation. Some cool effects. I think this is a really cool scene for being kind of a cheaper level movie. I think the effects here are done really well. Real subtle hints at advances in technology. You got these doctors with these cool contacts. There's like a real-time x-ray that you can see. So they're in this almost igloo type dome that has glass and then some pieces of glass that are missing. And the establishing shot sort of rolls up, and it's almost like, depending on what lens you're looking through, you would see the x-ray of his skeleton.
Karan? That was a skeleton work here.
I mean, it was good.
You are the expert.
Anytime you see a skeleton, movie's a little better for it.
Just even an x-ray? Like, you're still happy?
I mean, you're still seeing that skeleton, aren't you?
Okay. Well, I better... It's got to be an extra 0.5 then, right?
We'll find out. Okay. Only time will tell.
So STEM is installed in Gray's spine. I really dug the quick shot of the surgery. Like the scalpel slice was really cool. But then when they show his spine sort of opened up, where they're going to put... Yeah, it looks gross. It's very subtle. It's not like Cronenberg gross. It looks real.
I don't know. It's just like a mound of flesh and blood. It's pretty gross.
That's real, baby. That's what you look like inside.
Not me.
The spine is fucked up. You don't look like that inside?
Mm-mm.
What do you look like? Domino's lava cake?
Got a fucking Noid inside me.
I'm so hungry now. Thanks, Domino's, for providing ads this week.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, I stand Domino's, man.
Dig in your body until you find the lava cake.
Who has anybody eaten a Domino's lava cake here?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like 6 months ago when they were doing that, random reward thing.
So pretty recently.
Yeah, not too long ago. It was
it's affected them, I guess.
Yeah. They did a weird it's sticking with me. They would do a thing where, like, with whatever delivery order, like so many delivery orders, they would throw in something. Like they might throw in a 32-piece Parmesan bites, you know? They might throw in a fucking sandwich or chicken bites or some shit. We got a fucking lava cake. It was pretty dope.
You got a box of somebody's leftover crust. Sorry, dude. Sometimes it works like this. I have
totally just gotten the wrong order before, which was kind of a bummer. We've lost Dan.
Yeah, Dan's gone.
Sorry, Dan. Gray wakes up. He's still in his chair, but we've got a nurse or a doctor. She's trying to manipulate his legs, asking if he feels this. She tells Aaron, you know, it hasn't kicked in yet. It's going to take some time. Gray starts moving his hand.
Yeah, some time for them is, I don't know, 13 seconds.
Yeah, but Gray's badass, man. And Stem is even cooler. He's raising his arms. He fucking stands. He takes a few steps and he throws away his crutches. Cut to him and Aaron. Nobody can know. Aaron's making him sign a confidentiality agreement. Says these suck to sign, but at least you're doing it with your own hand, right? You're not a robot. Stem works in service of your brain. Brain gives Stem a command. He makes it happen. We see Gray just full-fledged fucking running on a treadmill. He gets home. Of course, he has to wheel in secret. Shuts the door. Gets up, starts walking around. This is the first little subtle hint with the camera that Stem is in control. Kara, the automated voice, starts advising that Detective Cortez...
He just live his life like this now.
What?
Like, why still hide that you're... But why hide it?
He signed the confidentiality agreement.
Confidentiality, yeah.
You can't let anybody know that...
Because people are going to ask questions.
So I woke up, fell out of bed, and got up.
Yeah.
Said a prayer. Look at me now.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Yeah, there you go.
I went to a revival down by the river.
Cured, baby.
Mm-hmm. Preacher told me to get up and walk. What can I say?
He slapped me on the head, said some weird shit, and I'm walking.
I feel we have an analog man out there. Lost his wife and his will to live. That's what he told me. That's what the guy said. And he held out his hand and I started walking again.
Oh, don't you worry, Mama.
You get up now and you walk towards this Budweiser.
I'm going to be the greatest rock and roll star, Mama.
You know I'm going to get you that pink Cadillac, Mama.
3 of them.
You bloodsucker. I really dig this here. So, Kara's talking to Gray about Detective Cortez dropping off a package. Shut up. I'm sorry, did you say something? Yeah, I want you to shut up. We see Gray looking through the package. It's reports, autopsy. He's watching the footage from that night, the drone footage. He gets up to make a drink. Some cool subtle acting here with the control of him grabbing the whiskey bottle, taking the top off, pouring it. You know, it's still very stilted. May I point something out? Hello? Yes. Who's saying that? I am Stem. You fucking kidding me? No. Gray tells Stem not to talk. He's a bit freaked out. Am I going fucking insane? So I'm not insane? Okay, you can talk again. No, you are not insane. Stem can't be heard by anyone else. He tells Gray, shoot a little vibration into your eardrum. And I can only respond to what you say out loud.
Vibrations.
Whoa.
Very nice.
Should have done a little techno beat under this scene.
Is that Cyberstorm?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you get that?
Oh, it would have been so cool if they were just like driving around the city and there were Cyberstorm posters everywhere.
Stem wants to point something out that he's able to see in the drone surveillance footage. So, let's talk a little bit about how Stem works. So, like we said, Gray has to speak out loud for Stem to hear him. Stem can't be heard elsewhere. It's all internal, but he can't read Gray's thoughts that we know of. But Stem is receptive to what is happening around him through Gray's vision. So Gray was able to see the drone footage. Not really, he's like the cops. They can't make anything out. But Stem notices that the guy that shot Asha... Go ahead.
Wouldn't Stem have to be able to read his thoughts, though? Because, like, if you think about just picking up that whiskey bottle, like, Stem has to make that fucking connection from your brain go to your arm.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I fucking cracked this movie wide open, dude.
Well, I mean, they kind of hint at it. I mean, it's you give Stem a command, Stem tells your body, right? So it's reading those. But I think this is his way of...
Crash and burn.
Stop. Leave it. Move on. Okay. It's Cybertron's razor. That's what we're going to call that now. That's movie logic to just fucking explain it and move the fuck on. All right. The guy that shot Asha did not have a gun in his hand. What the fuck? He shot Asha. How do you mean he doesn't have a gun? It was a gun installed in his hand. Stem also notices a marking on one of the other goons' wrists. Kind of a cool scene here. Like, Gray can see it, but he can't make it out. Stem says, I can. May I draw it for you? Kind of a cool thing. He takes over Gray's hand and, like a fucking printer, just marks out this like circular barcode that Stem is able to read. So he makes fucking Gray hold it up to his eye, and Stem can discern it. Cirque Brantner, Marine Corps, 098-422, O positive, Catholic, address 414 Citrus, New Crown.
He prints out a little banner for the band and starts making up a bunch of sandwiches.
They get really excited about those sandwiches.
Welcome to the
Brewskis
home or
too,
something.
man. You just found this guy. Gray starts freaking out. Holy shit. Tries to call the cops. But Stem says, hey man, you don't have any evidence because you can't tell anybody about me. You have no hard evidence. Gray's kind of crushed. But they can go to Cirque's house. They have his address. Outside of Cirque's house, Gray locks his wheelchair on the street, gets up, walks inside. Gray, the analog man, is able to pick that lock. Stem's able to discern that there's no fucking alarm system or whatever. They go inside. Stem advises, you might want to take off your shoes. He starts guiding Gray around the place. Tells him to look at the table. Cool digital readout on the table. Tells it to turn on. It starts displaying some text messages. Gray starts swiping through them. Stem points out, hey, Old Bones is referenced multiple times. What is that? Gray says it's an off-grid bar.
He's the oldest and wisest member of the 5 Day Rentals podcast.
Only by a few months. Least favorite. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
We love him.
Yeah.
It's all right. Stem isn't able to find any like internet record about this. It's like not on the network. That's what Gray says. They don't really fucking go for that sort of thing. Gray looks around some more. We got some shitty kid drawings on the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
Some uniforms in the closet.
They look like trash.
They're junk, man. They need a Stem to fucking draw some stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
Cirque comes home. Stem tells Gray he needs to hide. Hides behind this shelf. And when the moment's right, Stem's like, hey, you have the opportunity. You have the advantage. Go. Attack him. Attack him. Attack him. But Gray hesitates. And that delay fucking costs him. Cirque attacks him. Starts beating him up. Throws him up against the wall. He recognizes Gray. Gray says, you fucking killed my wife. He says, no, that was somebody else. Gray gets thrown to the floor. Beaten up. He can't fucking kick this Marine's ass. Stem says, hey, I can help. You just got to give me fucking command. Gray says, permission granted. And I mean, this is your fucking trailer moment right here. Gray's body kicks in, just starts beating the shit out of Cirque. Throws him into the kitchen. Starts smashing some plates. Gray's freaking out because he's not in control of his own body. Starts telling the guy, like, fucking stay down. Please stop. Stay down. Cirque picks up a knife.
Here.
Oh, it's great. Cirque picks up a knife. Stem, he's got a knife. I can see that. We have a knife too. Quick little fucking counter. Grabs the knife. Slices like the dude's fucking artery underneath his arm. Throws him to the ground. Bit more of a scuffle. And then one of the most badass fucking kills I think we'll ever have on this show. So Cirque is on his knees, back to Gray. Gray comes up behind with the knife, puts it in his mouth, and pulls that as he pushes his knee into the guy's head, damn near decapitates him.
Yeah, but at like the mouth level.
Yeah, like not the neck.
Upper and lower jaws like split apart.
Director calls this the Pez dispenser.
Hell yeah.
It looks fucking great.
Yeah, it is. It's the Joker smile, but 2 inches further. Gray throws up. Holy fuck, he just killed somebody. Stem's like, we gotta get out of here, dude. Gray's like, just give me a fucking minute. He's in the kitchen. He threw up in the sink. All right, what do I do? Stem's like, all right, you gotta clean up. You gotta wipe any evidence, anything that you touched. Gray's like, what the fuck? I don't remember everything I touched. But Stem does. We got Cortez at the morgue.
Why didn't Stem just tell him to wear a pair of gloves into the house? I mean,
I wouldn't have mind seeing that though, like him going kind of through it, and not all of it, but just being like, oh, you got to clean that, or clean. I don't know. I wish we would have had like a clip of that. I guess.
I don't know.
Him just like listing it off.
I don't know. I think it's such a subtle, like, cool, like, oh yeah, like, all right, cool. Because then this cut is kind of good. Because we cut to Cortez at the morgue. They're looking at Cirque's body with the doctor. Doctor starts going on, this dude's been upgraded to hell, man. He's got all sorts of wires and shit in his chest. He points out this gun that's in his arm.
He's been eating these purple plastic bars.
Mm-hmm.
It's crimes of the future shit here.
He's got a fucking stomach pussy with a zipper on it. Mm-hmm. Some Bond girl broke in here last night and started tonguing it.
Yeah, I don't know how all this goo got into it, but
the bummer is Dan has to kill his mic, and we're getting some great laughs from Dan, but it's activating his cough. It's such a bummer. All right. Cortez alludes to a boot print found on the porch. She asks the tech about that, and he says, engine grease. Just old school engine grease.
I know a greasy old engine guy. That's what she's thinking in the back of her head.
Yeah, it's talking about the greasy strangler?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. We got Gray with Aaron. I can track you, Gray.
Yeah, there's a pig nose guy that they kill in this movie.
Aaron's giving Gray an earful about getting caught. We see Cortez doing some computer detective work finally. Just speaking to the computer about, like, give me some drone footage. Give me this, blah, blah, blah. She sees some drone footage of Gray rolling down the street right by Cirque's house.
You think there was a scene where she couldn't remember her password like 8 times in a row?
Mm-hmm. In the longer cut.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably written on a Post-it on her desk. You know, and it's the typical detective thing. Can't find anything.
She is analog.
Mm-hmm. All right, she adds Gray to her suspect list. Aaron, he knows that Gray fucking killed Cirque. but he's more concerned about Stem being revealed. Cortez stops by Gray's house that night under the ruse of wanting to buy Gray's car. Stem's walking Gray through how to lie or to at least seem believable. Don't look away. Don't lie about this. She just looked at your boot. You left a boot print. Blah, blah, blah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Gray offers hey, obviously I have a fucking alibi, right? I just was in the area. All right. And Gray even offers hey, you want to stab me in the leg? And she kind of wants to. She's like, yeah, maybe for fun.
Kind of into that.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of my house. What are you, Dexter? All right. Stem tells Gray that they need to go to the old bones.
It takes a lot of mind control for me to do that.
We got to go to the old bones. We got to look for more clues. But doing so means that Aaron may try to shut them down remotely. Cut to a New Crown Alley. Gray rolls into the old bones. He orders a whiskey, asks the dude at the bar to help him out, who's very polite about it, which is kind of cool. Yeah.
That guy is just kind of yeah, I got you.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if I could ever drink whiskey or scotch
through a fucking straw. McDonald's straw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that would be fucking terrible.
Well, at this point in the future, it's one of those paper straws, too.
Oh, don't give me.
Yeah. God. Don't kill the sea turtles, baby.
Yeah. You're going to lose half your whiskey fucking soaked up in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to eat the fucking straw to get your fucking money's worth.
That'd be terrible. Ugh.
Gray asks for everybody's attention. Bartender turns down the music.
Also very polite.
Yeah. I know someone in here knows someone or something about the killing of my wife. If you do, raise your hand or come forward. Everybody laughs.
Shit. Turn the music up. Turn the music up.
Everybody's laughing and clapping, especially one giant dude that slow claps and approaches Gray. You knew Cirque. What, you gonna hit me? Son, if I hit you, you'd wake up in the past. Everybody laughs. Yeah, Cirque said something similar right before I cut his damn head off.
Whoa, burn.
This dude starts to push Gray to the bathroom, asks for the music to be turned back up. A few other goons follow.
I mean, I do feel like if you beat up a quadriplegic guy, none of these other goons are going to respect you at all. I mean,
it's weak shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the cool, respectable people stick to the bar.
It just seems like it seems like a lose-lose for the big guy. This.
If you're beating up a guy that's using a dick sink, come on.
Well, but it's like this guy is kind of talking down to you in front of everyone, but at the same time, if you take him to the bathroom and beat him up, you should beat up a guy that can't even defend himself. I mean,
yeah, the move is just wheel him out front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just push him out the door.
Yeah,
lock the door.
Be the bigger man. Yeah. All right. Immediately getting into the bathroom, they just throw Gray to the floor, and this dude starts stabbing him because he doesn't really. At this point, he's like, "What can you feel?" Stabs him in the leg, the side, starts working his way up. But Stem had shut off his pain receptors, so he can't feel any of this shit. But the guy finds the magic point kind of on Gray's neck where he can feel.
It's kind of where the magic bullet went, too.
If only I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Goon admits to being at the killing.
Isn't his brother at least still alive, though?
JFK's brother?
JFK?
No, sadly, no.
Oh, I thought he was doing all that cool internet stuff, though.
He almost came back.
That's his son.
Oh, okay.
That's his son that came back. Or was going to, but not enough people showed up.
Yeah.
It would have been embarrassing if he showed up for that few people.
Yeah, clearly another lose-lose. I mean, you put all those cool tweets out, and then only fucking 24 people show up.
That's a good sign.
There were more people at the Area 51 raid.
Mm-hmm.
Stem, you can take over. Another cool beatdown, this time with multiple guys. Gray's not even having to look. He's hitting people behind his back. Gray's starting to get cocky, Stem immediately tells him, do not get overconfident, Gray. He throws main goon, I think his name's Tolan, down on the ground. Jumps up on top of him.
The puppet master, right?
It's too long.
Nice. Okay.
Could you imagine if fucking... I can't even remember any of their names.
How do we... okay, we got 6-shooter.
So, what's the one with
Blade?
The knife? Blade. Yeah, if Blade just crawled out from under the stall. Flame
Jester
guy.
Who was the guy with the big fists and the arms?
With the little head.
He was our favorite.
Yeah, he was so nice.
Pinhead or
Was it
something?
Pinhead?
Yeah.
Shit.
And then there was the drill.
Bones, stop.
You guys, you started the bit.
I know, but we took it. Now he's going to write it down.
You've clearly not remembered your puppets very well.
Yep.
So might be time for a refresher.
Leech Woman.
Pinhead.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's Pinhead.
Damn it.
Look it up. I don't know. All right. Look it up while I'm talking about this. All right. You didn't know that I'm a fucking ninja. While I am state of the art, Gray, I am not a ninja. Gray starts to intimidate the goon. Grabs the knife, but he can't do it. He gives control to Stem and he looks away. Stem goes fucking Reservoir Dogs on this dude's face. Cuts it all to shit. It is Pinhead.
What's the flamethrower one named?
Torch.
Oh, yeah, Torch.
Tunneler.
What's
Jester.
spot on fucking names?
6-shooter. Decapitron. Yeah.
I think he was brought in part 3, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
No,
and
4.
6-shooter was late too.
6-shooter was part 3.
Yeah, which is a
Decapitron was
prequel,
4.
right?
Yeah.
And we couldn't figure that out. Like, where are
Technically.
we got to pick that back up. We still got 12 more movies.
Yeah. They're going to make them quicker than we can watch them if we're...
We just got to get our shit together.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Stem has cut the fuck out of this guy's face. He will now answer any questions you ask him. You were a job, this guy says.
Oh,
Who paid you?
When they cut back to his face, too, it looks fucked up. I mean...
Yeah. They take a while to show it, and what I was thinking was like, this is effective. Them not showing it is making me visualize it being much, much worse. So when they actually show it, and I was like, oh, it's not that bad. Like, it's not like a full fucking Cordell fucking Hannibal situation. Like, I was like, okay, it's not so bad. But on my rewatch, I was like, I don't know if I would have showed that. I think I would have kept the framing kind of behind him, you know, as he spoke. It's like that would have been an effective way.
Or like a little out of focus. Yeah, kind of like over his back or something.
Mm-hmm.
Cordell.
5.0. Very fast.
It's just a matter of time for that movie.
He asks who paid him. This guy says Fisk. Goon passes out. Stem points out that the goon has a cobalt chip installed in him. Uh-oh. Aaron is now attempting to shut down Stem remotely. And Stem says, we gotta hurry. We need a hacker. Gray's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know any fucking hackers. Stem's like, yeah, I already located one on the dark web. I got their address. Stem tells Gray to take the pen from the goon. And they roll out of the club. Now, Gray has to, again, keeping up the ruse, hop in his wheelchair, slowly wheel out into the bar. Tells the bartender, pulls the classic move of like, oh, Tolan said the drink's on him. Wheels out into the alley. He, Stem's like, listen, dude, we don't got time to slowly roll there. You got to get up and start running. So he gets up, locks the chair, tells some other guy sitting in the alley like, hey, buddy, why don't you watch that for me? And a cool little joke where the guy's like, faker, and then gets out of his chair and sits in Gray's much more state-of-the-art, comfortable chair.
Do you think him getting back in the chair was to keep the ruse up or it was to make Tolan look that much more like a fucking loser.
Both.
Yeah. Because now everyone's like, how did that guy in the wheelchair beat the shit out of Tolan?
So Gray is up and running. And guys, we get up and run to a pee break. All right, welcome back to 5 Day Rentals, the video store podcast. We hope you enjoyed that. I don't know. Who is it this week? Domino's? I forget.
Yeah.
Lava Thank you, cakes. Domino's, for sponsoring this week's episode on Upgrade.
Yeah, they're bringing back the lava cakes. They wanted us to get the word out.
Mm-hmm.
Please join the Discord and send us all pictures of your lava cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Take that however you want, people.
Take your lava cake, put it in the microwave for 15 minutes. Get it
15 minutes?
Actually to lava heat levels. Then eat it.
There will be nothing left. You'll be scraping the walls of your microwave with a fork.
No, you're getting rid of that microwave because first the calendar's broke, and second it's ruined.
You guys ever done that trick where you put like a mug of water in the microwave,
like a lemon
and you set it for like
shit?
No, you just like if you're gonna go clean it, and it's like all kind of crusty. You just put a mug with water in there and you let that cook for like 5 minutes, and that steam will soften everything. You ain't need no magic eraser paper towel. Wipe that bad boy right off.
I never cleaned a microwave in my life.
Fucking Brewster's Millions over here. Holy shit. What do you do? Just throw it away and get a new one?
Yeah, when they get dirty, you just toss them and get a new one.
Dan, you brought up the Discord. A lot of fun this week. The Applebee's Lounge was renamed the Terminator Writing Room. And, man, we were throwing out Terminator Paradox pitch ideas. Some of these were pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's fun.
So hop in there every once in a while. You want to get on some of these inside jokes. So,
or if you just want to pitch a new Terminator movie.
Yeah, why not?
It's been something that's been on your mind for years.
You're
more than welcome.
I would say currently about 95% of the people in there are pretty positive. All it takes is Kron making a joke and somebody not knowing how to take it to just set everything off and establish a tone of uncomfortableness. But hey, for the most part, it's pretty positive. We'll shut that shit down. You understand?
Thanks for listening.
Join the Discord. Let's get back into Upgrade. When we left off, Stem had ordered Gray
a pizza.
To print a pizza. Come on.
What the fuck?
All right. So Gray is running to a hacker that Stem found on the dark web. While he's running full bore, he's also giving Gray commands to write out on his arm. All
There's no way.
First question.
Way too fast.
We saw that Stem was able to take over and write out the tattoo, the marine tattoo earlier. Why isn't Stem just doing that?
Perfectly good question.
Yep. So he's basically having to write out this code on his forearm. Very frustrating. I'm not a fast writer, and I'm certainly not a fast rememberer. When people are, giving out numbers and fucking slashes and pound signs and all this shit. So the fact that Gray is able to get, it's a lot of characters he's having to write down.
Yeah.
All right. So a fucking.
See, I feel like the first one, if it was like a, 4-star U, I would make the 4 as big as my fucking forearm is. And I'd be like, I'm already out of room.
Man.
Why do you keep saying stuff?
How long's this going to go? I got one leg left.
Yeah, I look like fucking Memento walking into this hacker's room.
Stem and Gray, they arrive outside the hacker's location. While this is happening, Aaron is starting to shut down Stem remotely. Gray is now struggling.
Wouldn't this be a very quick process?
To shut down?
Yeah.
I mean, if Stem is combating him.
Oh, I guess
he's
so.
rewriting stuff.
I mean, dude was up and walking in like 2 minutes after he got the fucking thing installed. So
yeah, but that might have a little bit to do with, Gray's desire to want to walk again, combined with the technical capabilities of Stem. So,
I guess it's
this I believe.
I guess it's not very cinematic if Aaron is just able to walk over to his computer and hit like the off button, and Gray just like collapses in the street.
Well, you think that would have like its own server in like his house or something?
Oh, I'm sure it does. He's got that big cloud, man. Of course, he's got his fucking server.
Maybe that's why he couldn't find it. He was like, "Oh, fucking hell!"
And Stem kept changing his back door, so Aaron had no way in.
Yeah, his butthole kept moving around.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, we were watching, but I think it was Chicago Med or some shit on NBC or one of those. I look up at one point and this guy's like, "Oh, that's my colon. It's in my stomach. How did that happen?" It's like, what the fuck? Did people watch this?
Yeah, the Chicago series is like NBC's top-rated shit. Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Chicago Med. They have continual crossovers. Chicago is huge right now. It might be the second city, but it's number one in fucking ratings. You understand?
Chi-Town, second city.
Got a Jesse Smollett running around fucking causing problems for Med and PD and everybody.
I wonder if they did a rip from the headlines sort of storyline.
Trying to fix what the Joker's fucking up.
Well, that's in Gotham.
That's Gotham City.
It's not the same place.
No.
Thank you, Kron.
That was Chicago, guys.
The
Dark Knight.
That's Gotham.
The Dark Knight was in Chicago.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, it's Gotham. Be fair, Dan. Be fair.
Come back to real life. You two.
I stood in that street at like 2 a.m. There was like zero traffic. My wife took a picture of me in the Joker pose. I said, "Come on, I want you to do it. I want you to take a picture of me."
Did you turn around and say, "No, I killed the bus driver"?
No, that bank wasn't open.
Damn it. Did you say,
Gray,
"I'm the word occupants"?
Gray is struggling to keep walking. He barely makes it up to the stairs. He finds like the call box for Jamie. That's the hacker's name or alias or whatever. Dan, you mentioned that there's a James Wan reference there. I totally missed it. Okay, so Stem is telling Gray through like it's broken up. Stem is barely able to communicate. He's saying like, "Remove input guards. Tell her to remove input guards." Now, the goon that killed Asha, this fucking Proud Boy looking fucker, he shows up to the Old Bones. He starts looking at Toland's body. He uses a little finger needle. It's kind of like the RoboCop fucking fist thing that comes out like to connect to the computer. He's got one in his little finger. He puts that into the dead goon's contact, and he's able to watch the video that was recorded of Gray killing this guy. He starts to see Gray talking to himself and saying out loud the address of the hacker. They have his location. So we're back at the shithole apartment. Aaron's continuing the remote shutdown. Gray's crawling to the door. I don't know how I feel about this hallway. We got fucking glow sticks everywhere. Like, is this thing hosting a rave every once in a while?
Cyberstorm's
cool.
playing.
Oh, hell yeah.
In an adjacent
already
room.
Played.
Yeah.
He'd already destroyed Kron and left.
Mm-hmm.
He crawls up to the door. He beats on it, starts yelling for Jamie. This hacker person answers the door.
Oh, I like that because he like pounds it first. There's no answer. And then he's like, I have money.
Yeah.
I like that little touch. That's cool.
Yeah. He holds up actual paper money. The hacker is like impressed. Like, holy shit, they actually do write God on this thing. And at this point, Gray does not shut up. He is just constantly like, fucking hurry up. I need you to hack a computer for me. Where? The one that's in my neck. Please hurry. I'm in a rush. So we cut back. We see Fisk at the Old Bones. He's walking out. He starts questioning Manny, this polite bartender. And he's like, so let me get this straight. You just let a guy in a wheelchair wheel out of here after he killed our friend. Manny's feeling a little threatened. He pulls a gun on Fisk. Fisk sneezes. He sneezes out some nanobots. They shoot through the air. They infiltrate Manny. And they fucking kill him from the inside. Back at the apartment.
Take this guy anywhere.
Hell no.
Now, how does he... Does he have control over this?
Of the nanobots?
Total control.
What if he's, what if he at a restaurant and somebody's cracking some pepper over some pasta and he just sneezes?
I think he's probably got to like do something internally, you know?
It's just collateral damage.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter. You take out some waiter, who cares?
Yeah. What?
Everybody at Primavera's Pasta died.
It's the Olive Garden. That waiter wants to die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Thanks, Domino's, for supporting us this week.
All right, the hacker is barely able to read the shit all over Gray's arm. Starts giving him crap about don't ask my name, don't ask my gender. Gray's like, I don't care. Just fucking hack this shit, please. Like,
stop talking about yourself. Yeah. Fix my computer.
Gray looks around.
If there's anything, like if you wrote in a movie, like, and then he goes to a hacker, like that would be like spot on. Yeah, that's what the hacker looks like. Like she's perfect.
It's it's very cyberpunk.
Yeah.
The haircut, the look. So this apartment that she is in, or they are in, I'm sorry, is full of people in VR. There's like a dozen people hooked up to these VR machines with IVs, just living out their lives.
You think they're playing a hazmat blaster or whatever that fucking monkey was playing in?
They're fucking playing Resident Evil 4, baby. It's so good, it lasts into the near future. Gray's like, I don't ever understand why people would just want to spend time in a fake world. Hacker says it's a lot less painful than the real one. Gray continues to hound this hacker like, you got to remove the input guards. They're able to do it, but they got to leave. And Gray's like, what the fuck? Like, when's it going to turn back on? And hacker's like, yeah, once your fucking computer reboots. But by this point, Fisk and his goon, they've shown up at the apartment, as well as two goons from Aaron's company, Vessel. We see the, not Fisk, but the other guy start to load his shotgun arm. Very cool. Gray starts to crawl while the goons kick open the door, and Grace gets a little vision of Asha. Fisk walks up to Gray. Now that's how you looked when I saw you last. Stem kicks back on. Gray flips and hops out of the apartment. The side goon gives chase. Fisk goes out into the hall, and with his fucking X-ray contacts, he's able to see these. Go ahead.
Is this where they do that really cool camera thing where it like fully tilts up, like with him?
Yeah. It tilts up, and then it kind of flips as he does a bunch of handsprings out.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's cool because like we've established that this dude is a badass, got these nanobot things, but there is zero delay. Stem kicks back on and is immediately out. So it's very believable, and the staging of this is cool. So Fisk is able to see the two Vessel employees coming up the elevator. They don't even get out of the fucking elevator. He just shoots them through the wall with his fucking Iron Man arm. It's fucking awesome. Gray is chased up to the rooftop. Some cool, it's like, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 seconds more. I would call it like a cool oneer, but you go like 4 or 5 floors up with Gray, which looks kind of cool. Not quite doing the STEM center, but it's just coolest action establishment up to this rooftop. STEM tells him to stop. There's nowhere else to go. I'm going to end this quickly. How? Fucking STEM has Gray hit this guy so fucking hard he falls to the floor. Gray picks him up, throws him up against the wall. He walks over. He breaks the guy's arm and then shoots him in the head with his own arm gun. It's so fucking cool. The deaths in this movie are awesome.
And you took this all right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit better with the
bone breaking?
With the movie bone breaks. It's if it's the first time I've seen it, it's like a little okay. But in this one I remembered this, so it's not so bad. It's skater videos and UFC videos, man. Those are the ones that are like, that is fucking, you know it. Ugh.
That's like real stuff, though. I mean, that's certainly more disturbing.
I said, see you later, boy. Yeah, Avril, because I just fucking slapped my arm in half trying to do a kickflip.
Yeah, my fucking elbow's hanging out of my fucking skin
Shut
now.
Fuck up.
God damn. I remember
You're not even punk.
We had a house party, probably at Johnny's, I think. And somebody put on, what was that MTV show? Was it Wrecked or something? What? It gets Scarred. Was it called Scarred?
Something like that, yeah.
Which is just like extreme videos of people getting hurt. And somebody fell off a rail, and I was just like, fuck, guys, come on, turn this down. Or turn this off. And like 4 or 5 people were like, shut up, pussy. Like, just, I was like, holy fuck. Like, I'm the weirdo because I don't want to fucking watch that shit. When I used to love watching Pride Fighting on HDNet when I had satellite. I'm like, fucking Pride Fighting is so much better than UFC. And I watched this Japanese kid fucking just break a guy's arm just with such joy. Like, yeah, I broke his arm and I won. And I was like, I'm fucking done. I can't do this shit anymore. When Anderson Silva broke his leg, man. Tosh.0, he opened up that one fucking episode with the college basketball player that fucking broke his leg. And I was like, I'll never fucking watch Tosh.0 ever again. Fuck that. Fuck this fucking guy.
It's like bent and shit. Yeah.
No, man.
I didn't like that one. I was like, oh
that's,
my God.
it's like,
It's so freaky.
It is that like one thing where I'm like, I'm not laughing about that. That's your fucking bone, dude. Sucks. That is the framing of your body. You were immobilized. A gunshot? Fucking who gives a shit? Fucking avulsion, fucking muscle, bone, or like blood. Who gives it's your bone. There's nothing more center than your fucking bone. Ugh. What were you going to talk about, Cron? You were getting ready to, you were making something broke.
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I think it was just like maybe I've seen one of those basketball clips where it's like there was one where just a guy like kind of landed funny. He was like real tall and shit. And it's like that's too much fucking weight to be coming down on on a fucking weak bone. Yeah, it's crazy.
My dad showed me a kickboxing video. This is a classic one where 2 guys kick. And it was the Anderson Silva thing where the guy brings his leg back.
And it's just like jelly.
Puts all its weight on it and it just collapses. And my dad's just like laughing. And I was like, no, why'd you show me that?
I do think they should bring back like old school UFC though, where it's just like, but like this is a street fighter versus a Muay Thai expert. Let's see.
Yeah. The problem is what it's become is just the best version of that. All those styles have just mixed to what it is now.
Yeah.
Because everybody has to learn sort of the same shit. But yeah, Pride Fighting would be like, all right, this guy is a ex-baseball player up against a ex-sumo like wrestler, you know? Mm. Jose Canseco was like fighting in Pride for a while.
It's just cooler. Like that's more intrinsically entertaining than
yeah. Well, we're raised on Street Fighter. Like we're used to, like I want to see a mix of styles.
Yeah.
Hey, I was raised on Mortal Kombat.
Well, you're trying to kill a motherfucker.
Just let him fight under a giant pit of nails or something. I mean,
are we going to cover the original Mortal Kombat?
Maybe.
Pick it.
I don't know.
That's know whose list that would be on.
What's a category that we could do Mortal Kombat, Power Rangers, and fucking fill in the blank?
90s fight nostalgia.
There you go.
90s video game and TV shows.
What's a good third movie that would fill that out?
Super Mario Brothers.
There you go. Fucking you nailed it. All right, Fisk gets up to the rooftop. He's pissed. We're at home.
We could do 90s video games.
Shut up.
Street Fighter.
Shut up. We're talking about video game categories. Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up. All right, at home.
Edit that out.
Stem's going. He's accessing the Cobalt database. Are we starting to get some fucking corporate conspiracy here, guys? Like Cobalt?
I mean,
that's where Asha worked, remember? Mm-hmm. Like, they're no vessel, but they're getting there. Or they thought they were. Because they haven't got fucking STEM.
Yeah, but I
thought it was Colgate. I thought it was a toothpaste company. I was like, she's just works in toothpaste.
It's Cobalt. And I want to say Cobalt so bad.
She's just trying to prevent cavities.
But I wrote Cobalt in bold lettering.
Oh, you know people would have been writing in on the Discord, dude.
Good thing we corrected that.
It's fucking Cobalt.
Gray's mom is there. She sees Gray fucking covered in blood. Gray, of course, has to fill her in. He tells her, hey, this has got to be a secret. She's like, hey, you got your life back. He's like, did you not just listen to the fucking obvious conversation we had off screen?
You're really just my stepson. Of course it's going to be a secret.
Ugh, gross. Dude, this is a positive mother-son relationship, man. Don't fucking...
I'm stuck in the dryer.
Ugh.
Hey, Gray, I got my arm in the...
This is a mother, dude. Again. This is a mother, all right? And she's like, if Asher were here, she'd want you to be happy. And he says, yeah, but she's not. She's gone.
We're going to have to share the bed because there's only one.
We see Aaron sulking in his house. Somehow his cloud is able to make like an indoor rainstorm. We see on the computer system
Why would you want this in your house?
It's fucking cool tech, dude. Nobody else has it.
You come home, it's just raining like all over to your fucking TV. You're like, what the fuck, Cloud?
You got to water those dwarf maples you got in your entryway.
That's probably how they're getting water.
Gray wakes up from a dream of Asha.
Struck by lightning, just eating a donut on your couch.
Bad dream? Stem asks. No, this wasn't a dream. Cortez shows up. She starts questioning. While she's questioning him, she drops something into fucking Gray's jacket, which is sitting on the chair. She's like, hey, we found your wheelchair in an alley. What the hell? Gray gives some BS story.
It's not mine.
Yeah.
Well,
nope, not mine.
Every time he's just like, you told me to investigate. That's what I was doing.
It's like, you wanted my help. Like,
yeah, come on, dude.
Mm-hmm. Cortez is basically like, I think you're involved in this. She obviously doesn't. She's not thinking he's up and moving around, but she sort of accuses him like, hey, it wouldn't be that difficult for you to find somebody to kill these people, right? So she's hinting at the fact that the economy is obviously such shit that anybody could hire anybody to kill anybody. Okay?
Yeah, he's conveniently always like a block away from the murder.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the case of the old bones, he's 20 feet away. Mm-hmm. He was a door away from the bathroom where 4 people were brutally beat down and one was cut to shit. So she finally leaves. Gray's starting to question his actions. Like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. I want to stop. And Stem says, if they find you, they will kill you. We can't let them stop what we've started. Stem starts to act all moody and shit. He's like, if I cease to operate, you cease to move. Gray's like, hey, you got to do whatever I tell you. Stem's like, remember remove input guards? Holy shit. Stem has autonomy now.
Control Alt Delete, bro.
Fucking got him.
Got him.
Fucking got his ass, dude.
I cannot allow us to be killed. We will finish the job we started. He is totally taken over Gray's body at this point. Gets up out of the bed, grabs his jacket. Mom gives up a little fuss, but no, he hops in his car and he takes off. Now, this whole time, Cortez...
I'm caught in a bear trap in your closet.
Cortez is listening from her car outside, so she dropped a little bug in that jacket. Stem has an address for Fisk that she got from the Cobalt database. Cobalt, Jesus. And he hops in his car. They take off. Dan, did you look up what this car was? I know the Firebird. Is this a Nova?
So pissed at us.
At timestamp 1 hour 40 minutes, Bones mispronounces Cobalt.
Which one are we talking about? Her car?
No, Gray's car. Is it a Nova or a Chevelle?
This is a Nova, I believe.
Hell yeah.
And hers is a Renault. Because
Oh,
all this was filmed in Australia.
Oi.
Good day.
You're making a movie, huh? I wouldn't want anything up in me, Nick.
Oh, hey, Australian Kron.
What? That's Bones. It's Australian Bones.
No, I don't do the nationality stuff. That's you, Kron.
Yeah, that's all your.
Yeah,
that's your MO.
that's your. You got that niche.
Good day. Goodbye.
All right, we got ourselves a little car chase here. Cortez takes off after Gray. He finds the bug in his jacket. Like, what the fuck is this? Why don't you track this shit? Stem's like, it has no digital parts. I couldn't track it. I bet she's probably following you right now. Now, this isn't a dig. This is a very simple car chase. It's like on a 3-mile stretch of freeway. That's very simple. But what I like about it is that it's believable in the fact that there is traffic, right? So it's not like you could just fly and take off and veer in and out. Like, that shit doesn't really happen. So the stakes are kind of weird. What they do to kind of amplify this is he says like, hey, I can't do anything. Like, you have to drive, and her car's not electric. So it's not like I can just shut it down. So, I don't know, 2-minute car chase, relatively simple. Finally, Stem's like, hey, maybe there is something that I can do. He hijacks an autopiloted car, self-driving car, that's a few hundred yards in front of Gray. And
he's not giving any courtesy taps with this.
No, not at all. So he hijacks his car. He puts this thing into fucking reverse. The guy inside the car is freaking out. He blasts this thing into reverse.
I'm trying to fuck my wife in here.
Gray to get out of the way. Gray moves just as this car backs right into fucking Cortez's vehicle. Boom. She's taken out.
It's a pretty good crash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Looks good.
And I like how it was right after that she gets out. Like,
and she's fucked up. Like, she does a great job of playing like fucking rattled and pissed. And a bunch of other law enforcement people show up. So we cut to her showing up at Gray's house. Pam, who is Gray's mom, is just sitting there crying. And she's like, Pam, what the fuck? We're at Fisk's place. Gray's hiding in the shadows. Fisk
I'm
comes
caught in the refrigerator handle.
How?
I'm leaving, Mom.
How?
Hope there's not a sexy female cop out there. He's going to investigate.
Now this is okay. Now this is all right. Right? She's like, oh my God, what happened, Cortez? Where's your son? Oh my God, let's take care of you first. Take off your jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Let's clean you up.
Yeah, you're all banged up.
You're all banged up. I wish I'd be banged up. I keep getting myself stuck and Gray won't bang me up.
Hey, Mom, are you licking her wounds?
Licking her wound? What is this, fucking Crimes of the Future?
360.
Zip that shit up and move on, Mom.
Tattooed her pancreas.
Hold for Dan laugh cough. All right. So Fisk shows up at his place. We kind of hint that Stem is maybe blocking some of Fisk's computer enhancements because he walks in and Gray says, "You got all that shit and you can't even see me." So he's holding Fisk at gunpoint. Fisk starts monologuing about his newfound superiority. He starts talking about he was in the military, took some shrapnel, he's rewarded with just being a lab rat, and now he is like a higher elevated level of race. And he's like kind of stoked to induct Gray into that race. He starts to threaten Gray, but ultimately says, "I don't want to kill you. Hey, the job wasn't your wife. The job was to paralyze you. You thought that was a gun? Fuck. And your wife, that was just extra." This pisses Gray off. He fires. Fisk dodges a little bit. Starts going off about like, "Hey, you got emotional. You can't do that shit." Melee ensues. Unfortunately, Stem can't effectively hit this guy, so Fisk must have some sort of computer enhancement too, because he's able to counter everything that Stem is having Gray do.
Yeah, it's like every punch one of them throws, they know the perfect block. It's like just back and forth, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's the at the end of Civil War when Iron Man and Bucky are fucking going at it, and then Cap hops in, and Cap is like not like effective because Iron Man tells fucking Jarvis to like memorize and learn all of his shit. So like normally Cap is the better hand-to-hand fighter, but yeah. Remember when the MCU was fucking good?
Nope.
Bring back my Iron Man already.
Nerd alert.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Fisk gets the upper hand a few times. They're kind of locked in. They kind of they're laying on this table, and Stem warns Gray like, "Fucking nanobots, do something." And Gray fucking headbutts him, and that kind of startles Fisk a little bit, so he can't fucking sneeze out his nanobots. Fisk throws Gray up against the wall. He's got him at palm point. That's what I wrote down. Basically, he's got like his fucking shotgun hand right in his face. Stem's like, "Dude, I can't fucking calculate a way out of this. Do something." And Gray now makes it personal. He's like, "Cirque, that's your fucking brother, dude. I got that fucker's head off, dude. Cried like a bitch." And what do you know? Fisk now takes that shit personal. And that gives just enough time for Gray or Stem to fucking kick him, grab him, throw him across the room. He breaks through this glass table. Gray slowly walks up, takes Fisk's head, and then slams the back of it on a bunch of broken glass. So, like, an inverse of what he did to his brother. Right? It's fucking cool. Stem's like, check his messages. Listens to a voicemail. It's fucking Aaron. Screaming about, "You got to take this guy out, man. They're coming after us." What the fuck?
What?
Here I am thinking it's Cobalt. Cobalt. But it might be Vessel the whole time. We're back at the little Stonehenge. Stem makes short work of two guards. The widget you spent your entire life creating is here to kill you now. Gray calls out Aaron. But Aaron claims he's got nothing to do with it. Hey, bro, it ain't what it looks like. Cortez shows up. She's holding Gray at gunpoint. Gray's like, "Hey, Stem, fucking listen to her. Throw the gun away." Drops the gun. Cortez orders him to lay down flat. Put your hands behind your head. She kneels down to cuff him. Puts her fucking knee in his spine. Aaron's like, "No, don't fucking touch him." Stem shoots Gray up. Fucking Cortez like does a fucking backflip with as much force as Gray's been able to push. And then this got me thinking, like, how much potential strength would Stem unlock in Gray, right? Like, we know we're capable of producing more power than what we tell ourselves we can push. Like, I wish the one thing maybe they would have talked about more was like the running or strength that Stem could say, like, I'm unlocking what you're more capable to do than what you would be able to, produce on your own. Right? Like,
yeah, I guess
the
it's
classic adrenaline rush, mother lifting the car sort of thing.
I guess it's kind of implied by just like the fact that this guy is a quadriplegic and now he's able to like do all this crazy shit. Like, it's obviously taken his body and taken it to, level 10.
Right.
Wouldn't Stem want to go after like a 18-year-old,
We'll get there.
No, Stem wants to prove that this analog man can be brought down to the digital world.
Remember that. It wasn't a funny, okay? We're going to come back to that. It wasn't that funny to begin with, but it's fine. All right, anyway, so he flips fucking Cortez up into the air. He gets the advantage. He starts to choke her. And this he is Stem.
And she loves it.
Your mother wouldn't do this.
My kink.
So Gray is pleading with Stem like, no, do not fucking kill her, please. So at this point, Gray is actually starting to fight back with the control that Stem has over his body. Stem makes Gray stab himself with that little fucking torture knife from before. And I think this is to get Gray to kind of stop fighting, right? Because pain control, or I'm not sure. But I get the sense that that's a way of Stem controlling right arm and stabbing Gray in his left hand. And this sort of breaks the control.
I guess if you're like having to focus on the pain that is happening in your body, you can't now effectively fight Stem.
Mm-hmm. So now Stem has total control again. He picks up Cortez, slams her up against the wall, and Gray tells her, use the taser. She uses that. He kind of shocks, falls to the floor. Aaron walks up with a gun, and he's trying to tell Gray, hey, bro, Stem ran this whole fucking thing. He's working at the command of Stem.
Wait, what?
Yeah, bro.
Hold on. Stop the podcast.
Yeah, man. Start the movie over.
Yeah, well, we don't got to because they do a nice little flashback here. And we reveal that Stem is the one that picked Gray. He set this whole thing in motion. He wanted Gray's body. He's a rare specimen without implants. It's a body that would allow Stem to evolve. So, Dan, to your point from previous, like, I would have to imagine in this timeline, it's like cell phones. How early are people getting these implants, right? Or tattoos? You probably have 14, 15-year-old kids that are already getting computer enhancements and all sorts of shit. One generation behind Gray might be, how fucking enhanced. So Gray is a true rare specimen, and this fascinates Stem. Stem starts talking to Aaron through, I guess, the intercom or speakers of the house. Gray's like, don't fucking listen to him, don't listen. It's enough of a distraction for Aaron to not hold the gun at Gray's body anymore. And Stem orders Gray to stand up, and that knife, which is still through his palm, just fucking slaps his ass. Kills him with that knife.
Nice.
Stem picks up the gun and attempts to shoot Cortez. Gray fights. He moves the gun out of the way. He shoots a few times, but he can't fucking keep it up anymore. He pulls the gun up to his own neck, and he's about to shoot. Bang! He wakes up in a hospital. He's in a bed, but he's not paralyzed. Asha joins him. Back to the real world. Gray isn't here anymore. He's in a better place in his mind. The fake world is a lot less painful than the real world. All I needed was his mind to break, and he broke it. Stem shoots Cortez, removes the knife from his hand, and tastes his own blood. And he walks out with Gray locked in his own mind with Asha. Upgrade.
Wow.
Couldn't he have done this pretty early on?
Yeah, just banished him to a mind palace and...
Exactly.
No. I don't think Stem realized it until he went to the hacker's place and saw the people in VR. Okay. And the hacker said,
I'll give you that.
A lot less painful than the real world, because immediately upon Stem's reboot in that apartment complex is the first time he sees the vision of Asha. It's super quick. Then he wakes up.
Stem implanted that?
Yeah, Stem was like, oh, that's interesting. So then when Gray wakes up from that dream, Stem's like, hey, what was that? Nightmare? Dream? We even missed that too, because that flash, she's like eating a pizza. And I think she's like, it's printed. But anyway.
No.
So, and then in the final conflict where he's choking out Cortez, Stem is even like, hey, don't do that because you're going to break your brain. Right? Like, he's egging him on to continue to break. Mm-hmm. So once he breaks him, he can lock him in that. It's very cool. And then the other thing I noticed is the blood lick, which, as we remember, we saw him do in the beginning. A very instinctual control thing, right? Which is a very, like, he's already admitted, like, oh, I have full fucking control. But I think it's a very cool bookend to Stem taking over this body. Like, absolute control. Upgrade 2018. Made hands or feet. Fucking solid. Dan, hit me with some facts, buddy.
All right, y'all. Released June 1st, 2018. A budget of $5 million. A box office of over 16.7 million. Was not a stinker.
Pretty good return for like a movie this small.
You see every bit of $5 million on this, man. This is incredible filmmaking for $5 million.
Of course, our director here did write on Saw from 2004. You can see a painted picture of Jigsaw puzzle in the hackers building, I guess, somewhere in there. I didn't see it whenever I watched it twice.
The Jigsaw puppet?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
I want to upgrade you.
I want to play a game. Remove input cards.
It's called Tetris.
Uh-oh. I got stuck underneath the couch. And your dad's at work.
Stem, shut off.
No.
Filming was 30 days.
You must complete this level.
Have you seen that shit where people put like a roll of duct tape in a paper towel holder or a toilet paper holder with like a little picture of Jigsaw that says, I want to play a game? That's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
It's just duct tape. Like, it's replaced the toilet paper.
They replaced the toilet paper with duct tape. What would you do in that situation? Would you attempt to use the duct tape?
Yeah, you just fold it over onto itself.
Other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's kind of smooth. I don't think it's gripping much.
Yeah,
it's better than nothing.
I think I would blot. I think I would wrap with sticky side out, and I think I wouldn't wipe. I would just blot, and I would blot enough to go to a different floor.
Too much hair.
Well, some of us are smooth down there naturally.
Logan Marshall Green.
No, you're not.
Who plays our main character.
You don't think I got a smooth butthole?
I can tell by your facial hair you don't have a fucking smooth asshole.
It's the only way this is ending.
I am the smoothest of all of us.
Well,
yes, I am naturally gifted in the bearded region. Okay, I do this for the world.
I could believe
my asshole is smooth because I got stuck with the duct tape. Okay, I waxed my own asshole with duct tape,
then wiped
because somebody tortured me.
You're like, I'm going to play this game.
It was you. You tortured you.
Mm-hmm.
Logan Marshall Green, our main character here. He did work with a quadriplegic to study how the daily lives of that guy went. He went through all that and studied and wanted to make it an important part of the film, even though it's just a small portion.
Mm-hmm.
But he wanted to make it look real.
It's believable.
I don't know.
I think he's doing a pretty good job, like when he's getting bathed and moving around and stuff.
I'd say it's a pretty big part of the movie. Like, if you don't buy into that, then the rest of the movie is not rewarding in a way. So,
yeah.
So he did his research. But, other than that, director says he kind of wanted to make a taxi driver version of Terminator. Terminator was a big influence on here.
I liked the movie before I heard that.
But, that's about it. I mean, it was a hit. Supposedly he did not want to do a sequel, but as of right now, I think there is a TV series that is being discussed and he's involved to direct the TV series if it does happen. So, but that's all I got.
Hey, guess
People
who
like
will
it.
watch that show?
I'll watch that show.
If they put it in Chicago, then NBC will buy it.
Why is my colon on my forehead? But yeah, that's all I got, gentlemen.
Oh, it might be time to play the old Bones favorite game. It's Rate My Letterbox.
Rate my box.
LD, hit me with that letterboxed user rating.
Cron Howard, I'm going with a 3.5.
Dan, you're supposed to tell me what the letterboxed average user rating is first, because I always forget, and then you remind me, and then I remembered this time, and you forgot.
Gentlemen, at the time of our review for Upgrade from 2018, letterboxed user rating is sitting at a 3.6.
Pretty damn high.
Okay.
Cron Howard, I have you at a 3.5. Bones, I have you at a 4.0.
I think I'm going to go Dan 3.0. Yeah, I like that for Bones. 4.0.
Dan, 4. Kron, 3.5.
All right, guys. This is a good movie. I think the acting's pretty good from our lead here. I wish I would have got maybe one more like investigative, like fight kill maybe, of him going somewhere else and finding somebody that had to deal with it. But overall, I mean, not bad. I mean, I liked it. I thought it was very detailed with what they had. A $5 million budget to get this that's spectacular to see. That's really pushing the money there, and like I said, making a solid fucking movie. I don't really have anything to rag about on it. I got it at a 3.5.
All right, guys, Upgrade. I think what Dan said is pretty accurate. Like, to get this much movie out of $5 million is really impressive. It looks great. There's not like an overwhelming amount of action, but the action that you do get, like, it all works really well in the film. And there is a lot of impressive camera work, like just seeing that, like the whole rig like picks up with the actor. I thought that shot was like very impressive. I don't know. I guess for like a knock on this movie, I don't know if it's just the entire like John Wick-ification of action movies, but there was a part of me where it's like, I just want to see this dude get upgraded and become a complete badass. Like, I just want to see him rolling through fucking new
street gang.
Yeah, I just want to see him like rolling through New Crown and just beating the shit out of everyone that stands in his way. But that's not really what this movie is trying to do. So I think it's a little bit of me just kind of like putting my own agenda onto it of like, this would be a really cool direction to take something like this, but I don't know if they necessarily had the budget. It's not really like a knock. It's just kind of, I think all the action that has come since this movie has kind of, like John Wick was such a hit that things have tried to mimic that now. So to go back to this, it's kind of like, oh, this is like a, pre-Wick almost. It's like kind of the testing ground for that kind of setup in a way. But yeah, I mean, it's not really a knock against the movie. It's just kind of I do wish it had gone more that direction, but what we get is a really good movie. Yeah, I don't know, 3.5 on this. Why not? Like, it was fun, certainly entertaining, and I don't know. It's just a good watch. Like, good action, compelling story. Not a whole lot to complain about with this one.
Hell yeah. Kron, I'm going to echo kind of what you said about specific action on what we do get, and Dan, you touched on it a little bit too. But specifically, like, where you would like to see that go, and if you didn't have a limitation on your budget, because this feels written to $5 million in a way. I feel like the 14-year-old in us is just like, yeah, if this was a $40 million movie, there would be a sequence where Stem's like, we need to upgrade. And he would fucking rip out a shotgun out of one guy's forearm and install it and get other tech and other enhancements, right? Like at the end of your second act and build up, and the Fisk fight is even more drawn out. But I know I jokingly talk about like, it's blue, it's fucking Michael Mann, and I love Michael Mann. Like, Michael Mann action is very specific. It's not a long, drawn-out John Wick type sequence. It's solid and believable in that moment, in the context of the story. And I think what Upgrade does with that is incredible. It's in comparison of the whole runtime, the action is super, super minimal. But the story is ultimately about like grief and loss and giving yourself away and our relationship to technology, and more of a thinker with this incredible action sort of peppered in. And I believe in using the scale that we have. And this is one of the best movies that I think we've covered outside of 5-star bangers. So I got to use that. I have very minimal complaint. This is a 4.5. This thing jumped up on these rewatches. I was not remotely bored. I was so stoked to sit back down to do notes again on this. I really like this movie. 4.5.
All right, guys. This one's going to be decently high on the big list. Upgrade would have an average score from the three of us of 3.83. This would land at number 15 on the big list. This would be right below Thunderbolt and Lightfoot at 14. I mean, the fashion is way cooler in that movie. You kind of gotta, you can't knock it.
I can't.
And it would be right above Cliffhanger at 16.
Solid placement, man. That's good company. Good company. Kron, I got our scores when you're ready.
Yes, I am ready now.
You got a 1.0, my man.
Shit.
And Dan and I both tied with a 1.5.
All right, guys. After this round, Bones and I would have a tie. 14 points. And Dan, you're right there, dude. 13.5. Anybody's game. And just to be clear, George would still have a 2.5.
Good job, George.
Guys, thank you so much for watching Upgrade with me.
Oh, man, not a problem.
This is a solid category, Karan. This is, speaking of Bones, I didn't have to stretch or anything. Day of, within 5 minutes of you dropping this thing, I had locked it. So Upgrade was on my list of potentials. This was a lot of fun. I feel like we booked a little bit in this episode. I felt like I was worried, we're going to get, I mean, you take out the puppet talk. This is a 1-hour podcast.
We went long the last 2 weeks. I mean,
yeah, we did set a record, I think, with George. So
yeah.
All right. What other business can we really push? I mean, we've got Thunder in Paradise going once a month. You got to hop in on that. If you're looking, where the fuck do I get Thunder in Paradise? Join that goddamn Discord. I don't know. Maybe somebody might throw you a goddamn bone.
Yeah, we can hook you up.
Yeah.
Hint, hint.
Hint, hint. We don't do this often. We talk a lot. We jokingly reference a few bad ratings on a certain platform. Spotify, we're pretty good. We're a small podcast. We don't have any ads. We don't have a Patreon. It's not something we have ever talked about. This is a passion project. This is our fucking hobby. And I think we make a pretty good product. So if you like the show, if you've listened to it, I'm hoping that picking Upgrade might facilitate some listenership in a certain segment. So if you've liked anything from 5 Day Rentals, please give a rating and a review. We're not again, there's no illusions here. There's a lot of fucking podcasts out there, and I like a small community, but any sort of acknowledgement is nice. So hit the smash, as I've jokingly referenced before, and let us know. Hit us up. Dan's got the Instagram. I've got the Twitter. Kron, you, is it Rumble? Is that what you're on?
Yeah, I'm on Truth Social.
Truth Social? All right. But anything else before we dip out of here?
Yeah, just get excited for the Big Trouble in Little China live record.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dan and Bones will have to eat crow that entire episode because they hate the movie so much.
But before that, I'm going to give our next movie for this category. So
yeah, when we come back.
Please stay tuned.
When we come back. So I think it's time, fellas. For Laundry Dan, for Kron Howard, I have been Bones. This is 5 Day Rentals, the video store podcast. And as we say, crash and burn.
Crash and burn.
Crash and burn.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 5 Day Rentals podcast. You are in the after shower show. I didn't know.
Why didn't you guys put a fucking plastic bag over your arm gun when we were in the shower? Like
I was going to say, I didn't know you had a butt gun. It was weird.
I wanted mine to go off.
That's just my butt.
Oh, shit.
That's just my... You guys don't poop... You're not waffle stomping in there?
I thought... I stayed back. I thought it was...
My butthole is so smooth. It just goes off. It just falls right out.
I
want us to all die in the shower. That's why I don't put a bag over my...
Well, it's just going to get rusted, man.
I don't care.
You gotta oil that shit.
Could you just imagine them finding 3 hot nude guys in a shower together, dead?
Thanks for
I'm sure
thinking I'm hot. Thanks for thinking I'm hot.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, it's happened.
Yeah, it's probably happened before. Why was the third guy in here is the first question.
Why is the third? Okay. So they've seen 2 guys multiple. They've seen murder-suicides in showers.
Lot. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 3 guys. This must be a Chicago crossover.
Mm-hmm.
This is a sweeps week?
This guy's colon is laying outside of his body.
We need to stop talking about the Chicago shows, because then everyone's going to be like, do the Chicago shows after you guys get done with Thunder in Paradise. No.
I want to do Viper.
I want to do Cobra.
Hold off. I want to do Mamba.
Well, Cobra's a real thing.
So was a Mamba.
What's Mamba?
You're thinking of La Bamba. Blue Diamond Phillips.
Oh, I thought we were doing a snake off.
You can't compete with my fucking snake, dude. You see me in the shower. Come on. Pick a movie. We got to close this category.
Anyway. Nate, hands or feet. I figured one of you two was going to do a body horror category. I figured it was Kron, but...
It's not necessarily body horror. Neither of the first 2 have been body horror.
What have they been?
Well, the first one was an after-school special concerning rave music.
That is true.
The second one was kind of a sci-fi play on the Bionic Man.
Yeah. Man's relationship with technology.
Mm-hmm.
$6 million man, yeah. So, one definitely came to mind.
Do you need to text us your pick and we read it out?
No.
Is the NyQuil kicking in?
We're almost through. I'm not even tired yet. One did come right to mind when Kron did release this category. Gentlemen, we are going to 1991. We're going to do a little movie directed by Eric Red called Body Parts. I will let Kron Howard type that into his letterbox to get very excited with the information he's about to see. But it is about a man who gets into an accident and receives a new arm. So.
Has he got a shotgun in it?
I don't know. You're going to find out. Yes, I have.
Oh, baby.
And gentlemen, you will not have to rent this because I will send it to you.
Wow.
Now, will the listener be able to rent this?
Yes.
Okay.
It is available on Amazon, iTunes for $3.99, wherever you rent your digital cinema. Karan?
Hey, happy not to be shelling out $4. Thanks, Dan.
Did you look up
Have you looked it up?
The actors of this?
I pulled up
this film.
Let's see here. Oh shit, we got a Jeff Fahey vehicle.
Hell yeah!
Oh my god, my heart is almost exploding with excitement.
I figured you would really enjoy that. So
I mean, first build, you know it's going to be good with Fahey at the helm, dude.
91. What year was Lawnmower Man?
4.
Yeah, it's after this, I think. 92 was Lawnmower Man.
Yeah.
Oh. But yeah, guys, I'll send it to you.
So Pierce goes and does Livewire, and Fahey does Body Parts. Hell yeah.
And then they bring them together.
I mean, we already know we like this period of time for these two, so...
Nice.
So I figured this would be a perfect pick right in between or before all those and make Kron a happy camper there.
I'm excited. I mean, this sounds right up my alley.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I figured Bones thought I would go gross, which I thought about, but nah.
I don't know with you. You're the wild card. And honestly, I thought this one was a wild card pick for Kron because when I read that initial synopsis, I thought, oh, this is going to be gross. This is going to be revenge horror. But no, it was a like Kron said, a positive after school special. So
really is.
Who knows? The only one you can kind of peg is me because my butthole's so clear. But
I'm not pegging you, dude.
Well, there's no hair down there, so
yeah.
That's a Patreon special.
No Patreons with 5-day rentals, baby. Free for the people.
For the people, by the people.
Out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anybody seen this?
Nope.
Never even heard of it.
I think maybe I think I'm getting this confused with another movie, to be honest. So
you might be getting it confused with Carpenter's Body Bags.
It's not that. It's like another. I feel like there's a movie that has a very similar cover to this, and I'm trying to remember what it is.
What is the Michael? Is it Michael Caine, the movie about the guy who gets the hand transplant?
The Hand?
Yeah.
Is it The Hand? Okay.
I think that's The Hand. If I can figure out what it is, I'll send it to you.
Oh, well. Maybe we'll talk about it next week when we talk about body parts.
Yeah. Join us next week for Body Parts from 1991. Join the Discord, rate and review. But yeah, we'll see you next week, folks.
Cybertron lives.
Nanobots help Gray.
Gotta get me a dick sink.
What am I, a jerk-off robot?